I played that for my 16-year-old son, and he's like, I know that song. The Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. I mean, this is associated with many sports. I mean, this is a huge sports anthem. This is really the intro to Eye in the Sky, though, right?
Right. It was never in my wildest dreams did I think it would become a sports theme. It was just a ditty that we used to open the album with, and to, as you pointed out, it just became the intro to Eye in the Sky.
Did you think when you heard Where the Streets Have No Name that it was an homage to this in a way, or not? With you two there, how the song starts out?
I hadn't made that connection ever, no.
Just the way the guitar sound is. It's like it sounds like a Strat with a delay on it.
But doing the riff, that was actually a keyboard sound.
Is it a keyboard?
It's a clavinet played on a Fairlight.
Which sounds like it, to me, it sounds like a guitar. Like it sounds like a Strat.
No, it's a clavinet.
Is it?
But sampled into a Fairlight. We were one of the few acts that could afford. I mean, the fact is, we couldn't really afford it because it was hugely expensive. But Peter
explain to people what a Fairlight was.
It was the first. It was the first sampling keyboard. The first time you could actually feed in a sound and then have it so that you could play different notes of that sample on a keyboard. And
who used Fairlights back then? They were incredibly expensive.
Peter Gabriel had one. I think Stevie Wonder had one. Kate Bush, she made use of it as well.
How much would a Fairlight have been back then?
Oh, I think £100,000. That could have been used for better purposes, probably. Like my mortgage.
When the Chicago Bulls played that and it was on TV, would you get money for that?
Only if it was actually featured on TV. If it was just a game being covered and that music was coming through the speakers in the venue, no, I wouldn't earn a penny from that.
Interesting.
We've had many what we call sync licenses for commercials, feature films. I believe there's a Colgate commercial coming up that uses it, but I've yet to see it or hear it.
You worked with Ambrosia on the first record there. The Hollies, what would have been 1974 or so?
That sounds about right. The Air That I Breathe was the big song that I did with them.
And who was the producer on that record? With
his name is Ron Richards.
That's right.
He did all the hits. And his son ended up working for me when I moved out of Abbey Road and into my own premises.
Alan, the strings on that, so you would have recorded the orchestra as well, right?
Yeah. And we didn't get to the chorus, but the tom fills were overdubbed.
It's a beautiful arrangement. Everything about that, the recording.
I think it was influential on the project, actually, because that horn solo, French horn solo, I grew to love horn parts. We would usually have 6 of them.
The layering of the vocals on that has a really distinct sound, and to me, it transports me back to that time. Is there anything special that you did, or is it just kind of the blend?
I remember that they had a mic each. It was probably an 87 each, and the producer Ron Richards would adjust the balance himself. No vocal performance would go on its own track. It was always mixed at the time. I remember I managed to persuade them. They would always double track their harmony vocals, but I persuaded them to do triple tracking just to give a little extra.
So that's why it has that huge sound.
Well, maybe, yeah.
And where did you record this record?
That would have been number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you. So I noticed when I went into the echo chamber in number 2 that I asked if these things are all connected. I think that they told me that all the rooms could access the different chambers. So this
Number two chamber, I think, was the favorite one.
it's a huge place. These would be incredibly long cable runs.
Yeah, they were, but all the patch points ended up in a room
Okay.
with two big racks full of you could patch any studio to any tape machine, it was all very, very flexible. I mentioned number two chamber being popular, but it was unpopular with the neighbors
I bet.
because the chambers used to sound best when driven hard, and it was right on the edge of the door to the outside world in Studio 2. And Abbey Road is in a residential area,
Yeah.
so we would get complaints, people hearing these strange echoey voices coming through into their living rooms.
What kind of speaker or speakers would be in the echo chamber playing the music?
I seem to remember that there was an Alltech speaker in number two, a speaker that had been used previously, leading right up to Sergeant Pepper in the control rooms.
And would there be one mic or two mics in there?
Oh, definitely two mics, 'cause otherwise it wouldn't have been stereo.
Got it.
The number one plate was up on the roof, in a little cubicle on the roof of the building, and the plates were all in a little room on the top floor as well. But you're right, long cable runs.
Like really long cable runs, hundreds and hundreds of feet. How is it that the sound wouldn't degrade over that with just high quality cable?
It probably did.
It probably did, okay.
But we just put up with it.
Would they always just work, or would there be a thing,
Interestingly, I didn't favor the change